Liverpool v. everybody. It's been a while. Hope everybody's okay. Happy Friday. Juneteenth weekend for all those who know. Might be thinking, where's this guy been? He didn't do the Madrid final. He didn't do Nunes. Yeah, it's true. It's true. A lot of reasons why, but I'm back. Today felt necessary. Want to talk about Nunes, but first want to talk about Mané. And one thing I'm noticing, now I'm not going to come on here and complain about Klopp and the club and some supporters. I won't say majority, a lot of supporters are doing on social media, how our team is weakened and come on, hurry up, get it together. We have been spoiled, man. I mean, really, we have been spoiled. It's one way to look at it. And the other way to look at it, which I understand, is that we're a big club. Through the trophies we've gotten, the players we have currently, the team we have currently, the manager we have currently, this sort of momentum that we're gaining. Even though it was quite disappointing ending to the season. And I think certain supporters expect us to move that way at all times, which to a degree I understand. I totally get that. At the same time, I'm not here to knock the team. What I am here to say and express is my disappointment with Mané leaving. It's one of those situations where you know an older relative in the family, uncle, aunt, grandfather, parents even, they've been in the hospital for months, and you know that their transition is coming soon. It still doesn't make it easy to deal with. It still doesn't make it easier when it comes to mourning that person. And I don't want to compare death to Mané leaving, but I think you get my point. And we knew it was coming, but it's just a lot of players you think of down the years. I swear every time I record, there's always some loud truck or ambulance. So bear with me. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Players that come and go, and you think, okay, you can replace them. You think about Coutinho, obviously Emre Can, Genie. I might as well talk about Origi at some point too in this video, but Mané just isn't one of those players. And in an imperfect world, we start the season with Diaz on the left, Mané on the right, Darwin down the middle. Still got Jota there, who I think is more effective down the center than he is a wing. So I look at him as a player that can fit any of those positions, but I think he's best centrally, personally. He's done some decent work on the flanks, but I just think he's a better player being that second striker or somewhere centrally. But that's not a lot. I mean, and look, Darwin Núñez is an unknown. He just is. Let's be real. And you trust the team, you trust the scouting department, Ward, and all those guys. So the expectation of Núñez for me is high just based upon that. Them doing their due diligence, their homework on this player. We know how Klopp looks at players, not just skill level. It's everything about this guy, his character, his personality. The kind of tea he drinks, there's all types of things that we look into for players. So I believe the brother will be good. I really think Darwin will have a good career at Liverpool, and I expect him to get off to a flying start the season coming. But in the chance that he doesn't, what are we looking at? So I, on the other hand, am very patient. There's still a lot of the summer to go. There's still money to be made coming in, and then money to dish out for players. So I'm not losing my shit just yet. But, again, Mané he's just not replaceable. I love Diaz, of course, what he was doing on that left, and Mané more centrally with Salah on the right. Great. But losing Mané, this one hurts. This one hurts the most out of any of the more recent guys that we've lost. And I really liked Emre Can. Most people might laugh at that, but he also was a player much like Genie, who I thought, as much as I loved both of them, I think partly they wanted to leave, and I just thought we can find players to fit in the system, not even replace, but just find players to do what they do, or slightly better in certain cases. So, I just it's a rough one, and we don't know. I don't know personally. Carvajal, what's the plan with him? So maybe that's a guy with, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we went into the season and that's all we've done. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we're not done spending and we get more players. Either way, I'll be happy going into it. I'm about supporting the team, and maybe because I'm an American fan, I don't get really deep into the whole money that's spent. It's not my money, and it's not like they're getting all that in one bit. one large sum. It's installments last I checked. So we talk about Liverpool splashing the cash. We splashed the cash on Nunes, and because he's a name that of recent, I would say, people are starting to see, and I think people will start paying more attention to him with Uruguay. But because he isn't, the guy City got, who I can't remember his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about, Holland. Because he's not Lewandowski, he's not Nkunku, he's not none of these guys that a lot of us have been talking about. The hype isn't really there. But again, like a lot of situations, players come to Liverpool and you might not know what to expect, and then boom. I don't think any of us really thought Salah would hit the heights he did. Even Mané, going back, playing Southampton, he was good, electric, scored a hat trick really fast, played well against us, at least a game or two. But I don't think people really saw that coming. Genie from Newcastle, no one really saw him doing what he did in our squad. So, I dare I say, even Van Dijk, there were people who, not in the Liverpool fan base, I don't think, but in general in football circles, there were some people who was like, is he really all that good? Because when it's a high money amount, players have nothing to do with that, but there's always going to be doubt and people waiting for your downfall. So I'm getting behind it, brother. I think he'll do well. But again, he is an unknown. And Mané is a guy we're losing that I don't know anybody else who can bring what he does. Game in, game out. Sure, he has slumps like every other player, but game in, game out. And not even just scoring goals, just all the intangibles, everything he brings. This is a tough one. This one hurts. It does. It does. And Origi as well. I mentioned him earlier. Big up to Origi, professional, ultimate professional. You never heard anything about him complaining about playing time, which he wanted to play more. But he accepted his role and was the best at that, coming off the bench, changing games. And I really hope he lights up Italy and he gets the playing time he deserves out there. I think it's AC Milan. So, tough to see Origi and Mané go, but particularly Mané. This guy, has been on this journey with us from very, very early on. And to see him go like this, it's just tough. You wonder why we didn't fight more for it. And again, look, this might be a situation where Mané just really wanted to. And the things he was saying towards the end of the season, you kind of felt it's inevitable. Then he does the interview where he's sort of saying, I'm going to give the fans what they want, the Senegalese fans. Look, it's time to change for him. Cool, you can only respect that as a man. That's what he wants to do. Got to do it. We're supporters, so we think differently. And no player is higher than or bigger than the team, but this money one really, really hurts. So yeah, I'm back. Good to be back. Hope everybody is well. Hope you're doing well to yourself, to your families, and let me know what you guys think. You happy with the decisions we've made? Or you like some of the people on social media thinking that Liverpool aren't moving fast enough to address other situations, other positions? Let me know what you think, and have a great weekend. See you guys soon.